Hello and welcome in. What you're viewing are the art entries for this year's Artists in Action's Paint and Write the Town. There are a total of 50 entries with 41 art entries by 22 artists and 9 poetry entries by 6 poets. Paint and Write the Town is Artists in Action's perennial and popular signature summertime event. Artists of all skill levels working in any medium meet to create art in plein air that's interpretive of one or more of the scheduled locations in historic, scenic, and downtown locations of Salem and the Salem area. Poets of the Mid-Valley Poetry Society and others may join in to write poetry inspired by the site. Artists and writers are welcome to simply show up at their preferred locations to participate. There are 11 locations from June until mid-August this year. Locations like Seabright Gardens, Ankeny Northwest Reserve, Solista Salem, Arrowhead Lavender Farms. Locations in downtown Salem, Gaiety Hollow, Eola Hills Legacy Vineyard, Chemeketen Cellars, and Cubinissimo Cellars. The exhibition is located at Elsinore Framing and Gallery at 444 Ferry Street in downtown Salem. The opening reception is first Friday, October 3rd, when the awards are presented. The exhibition stays up until Halloween, October 31st. And this year's judge, the judge for Paint and Write the Town, is Nancy Eng, a prominent artist in Salem. AIA is proud to have her judging this year's entries into Paint and Write the Town.
I'm Marilyn Johnston, and I'm delighted to be here again for the Paint the Town, Write the Town event. Thank you, Artists in Action, for all that you did to put this exhibit together. This first poem I'm going to read of two was inspired by a visit to Arrowhead Lavender Farm. Along the lavender fields, I recall our eldest daughter, a budding entomologist then aged 10, telling me how the sterile females collect the pollen from the bumblebees after they leave the hive in their remaining week to live. How the yellow jacket queen is last to survive, free to start a new nest. Here we look over lavender bushes, the buzzing and the flitting one to another, these worker bees on patrol. They collect and pollinate as the evening gradually allows the shadows to form across the fields, the house. Lavender fragrance in the air. We carry it away in the potion we buy, scent ensconced in beeswax. A reminder of what it takes for bees to labor and produce from birth to an early death. The fields seem more magnificent in the rear view mirror, just before the red glow of sunset. And while we drive away, even the name of the road, Sunnyview, lands as soft as a poem on our tongues. And my second poem, In the Here and Now, inspired by a visit to Seabright Gardens. Take a look any direction. Here with the artists and writers, a spray of cherry blossoms, of gardenia and hyacinths, the trill of a song sparrow calling in my ear her excited tale. Whatever I came here with, wars in 10 countries, turmoil in the streets, who did what to whom, helps me shed all I can't unload. Why, I ask myself, didn't I come here sooner? And even the solitude of the gazebo where I write helps me let go of all I can't quite reach. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Mike Schuler. I've been participating in Paint and Write the Town since writers first began 10 years ago. So this is my 10th year of participation. It's certainly an enjoyable event for summer. The first poem I'll read is from Arrowhead Lavender Farm, June 2025. Loving Lavender. At Arrowhead Farm, honeybees work lavender, visiting blooms strung to tops of spiked green stems, splayed with flowers that reach to sun below cloud-brushed sky. From beneath birch trees, the far view of mountains expands the small acreage beyond the old home and barn, where the good life once made from livestock and garden plots is now from lavender grown. Today, artists paint and photograph, poets write in their notebooks, and other lovers of lavender create wreaths from shoots and speak of the weather and of what brings us together here in this place. And we leave with plants, with taste of lavender lemonade, with tallow cream and soap, with a festival schedule, and with this poem expressed in moments of surrender. The second poem is from Gaiety Hollow, July 2025, titled Still Life. I go to Gaiety Hollow seeking relief from chaos in brick-paved walkways and squared layouts of paths, in trimmed boxwood hedges containing confusions of flowers. In giant anchoring oak, sheltering the prolific garden, in the placement of Grecian urn, serene in its peaceful arbor, in the trellised green alcove shaded by grapevines, where I sit and breathe and contemplate breeze, while traffic on Mission Street shushes like waves on shore, and artists quietly converse as they capture scenes.
Okay. Hi, I am Nancy Ng. I was asked to judge this Artists in Action show. I've been an artist for many years, probably since high school. Judged many shows, have gone to Oregon State, graduated in art, took a breather while having kids, came back to it, been painting pretty steadily now for 20 years. I've been in many art shows, I've taught art, dabbled in art, just have an big art community right now. So anyway, I guess we'll just go into the awards. So we'll go ahead and start with honorable mention. And this is titled Sheep in a Field by Allison Flagg Miller. And this painting is, I believe, an acrylic painting. It has a good depiction of the sheep in the area. Very pastoral setting. I like the colors in this. The composition is very nice. It leads you back to the background. So anyway, congratulations, Allison. Very nice. And this painting is entitled Sunbathed Vineyard by Patricia Young. And I believe this is a vineyard I've been to. I can't remember the title, but it looks very familiar to me. But what I love about this is the shadows. It really draws me into this whole vista. The colors are very nice, very bold, very precise. I can see the vineyards, I can see the fields and the sky, the landscape. So anyway, congratulations, Patricia. Okay, and this next one is Edith Gaiety Hollow House by Kathy Johnson. And I really like this. I like all the shapes of the flowers. They're not individual, they're just the shapes. It grabbed me. The white of the house, I've been here many times, so it has a feel for it that I understand. But anyway, very nice job. Very nice, Kathy. This award is for the best representation of location. This is Romancing the Alley by Elaine Rumford. This is a lovely depiction of downtown in our alley areas. But I think it's very lovely the way the landscape goes back into the alley and the arches and the trees. It's just very nicely done, very architectural in representation, and the colors are lovely, the brickwork and the trees. So anyway, congratulations, Elaine. And this painting is for third place, D. Hendricks, Eola Hills Vineyard. What I like about this is it's just a very nice representation of the water through here and the greens, the growth, whatever these are called, cow lily, no, not cow lilies, but anyway, the green, the water is very nice and it reflects off the sky. The greens in here are lovely. There's a variation of the greens, but I think it's a very lovely painting, Dee. It's very, very nicely rendered. So congratulations, Dee. Okay, and this painting is second place. Let's Pick Lavender at Arrowhead Farm by Karen Strangeby. Anyway, this is a very lovely painting. I just love the lavender in here and the shapes of the lavender rose. It's a very simple depiction, I think, of this area. It really just sung to me, I guess. Very lovely the way these rows go back into the landscape, and the redness of the barn or the building back there. But it just really talked to me. So very nice, Karen. And this is the final award for first place, Calla Lilies by Debbie Robinson. But when I first came into the room, I looked at all the paintings, and this one just stood out to me. It just really has a softness to it. I love the way the calla lilies just stand out there. All the colors, the little pops of red, and the greens, the bright greens, and it's carried forward in the sky. And your eye just continually rounds the whole painting. But for me too, I think presentation has a lot to do with the painting. And this frame is just ideal for this painting. Anyway, it's just a lovely painting, Debbie. Very nice.